so we can get reoccurring residuals. And the only disqualification of that residual is if any black, once we get the inheritance, you can't harm another black. If you harm another black, you disqualify your inheritance. So that means that we have to communitize together, just like they did, and we keep our inheritance, and it never disappears. Never. Because one thing, like I sit and think about this thing, you know, they're so rich that if anything threatens their inheritance, it dies off. Like if you see a youth that gets caught on drugs in the Johnson Johnson family or something like that, look at their kids. They're dead. They're dead. They're not going to let them squander their inheritance.
Yeah.
So for me, I don't want us to get a percentage of some kind of money, because that's going to leave. We need the insurance company that had insurance for slavery, that is got so much money right now that it can't be spent. We all get percentage ownership of those companies, and as long as they exist, we get that.
Yes.
And so to me, that's only fair, because if you equate what they were supposed to give us that they never gave us, then we get that. So we disqualify ourselves if we harm each other. That's the only disqualification. Other than that, as long as you're being born and those residuals keep coming in, we just keep getting them. So,
I like that.
And they can say it's unfair, but no, you can't.
Right.
So that's just my strong opinion about that, because I just don't think it's fair to give us a little bit of money. They don't have a little bit of money. If you trace
no
this
money
back
in the world.
from slavery till now, these are the same businesses. So now if you track how many gazillions of dollars that they've made over those years, that's ours. The only way we can get that back is to own these companies throughout eternity. Until they die, our residuals don't die. That's just my strong opinion about reparations. And I think that that's the key to our success. If you're going to give it to us, give us to us in a way that is going to benefit us.
Yeah.
We get to get real lawyers where we're not getting locked up for stupid crimes.
Yeah.
All this stuff, and we just get to unite in a real way, not in a fictitious way, not where we have one leader trying to represent us. None of that. We all represent each other, and we empower each other, and the only downside is if any of us hurt one another, you're disqualified.
Yeah.
You get to be with the Europeans. There you go.
The conditioning is so deep at this point.
And that's just my strong opinion, and I'm not being racial about it. These are just facts to me. And I think they could be backed up factual if you trace these companies and their old profit and how they came about.
Yeah,
So
but these companies
we
now,
want reoccurring residuals.
Yeah.
My opinion is the same as his, because we talk about this quite often.
Those companies, though, we have to. I mean, I would be interested to see what they're investing this money in now, because
It doesn't matter. They make so much money, it can't be spent.
They do, but when I speak to like the conditioning, like not only the conditioning of us as Black people, but also these companies and what they're investing in, and they're investing consistently in our demise, you know, backing the prison systems, backing different laws that are being put into effect, backing these politicians. So there's a whole slew of things that have to happen before, you know,
definitely
the reparations. But I do believe that you know, having a stake in these companies, and each tribe, I say tribe when I speak to families, even in my own family, each you know, parent of their kids, each tribe gets so much, and you are responsible for that. You know, whatever your stake is, you are responsible for making sure that you grow that. You know, but again, you know, give me my land, make sure I have my land, I have my education, I have my health.
Amen. I agree 110% on everything everybody's saying. So now we gotta get other people to believe it.
That goes to the condition, and now it's you know, to get people to actually pay attention, and the whole conditioning that it's not possible, we couldn't have it, the self-hate and all that, not being able to look at yourself in the mirror, the colorism, all those, I can go down a list, all those different things that cause us not to unite and be able to join with one another and have decent conversations and have a united front, all those things that come into play. Let's, if we could kind of reverse that conditioning,
Change the trajectory.
Yes.
Yes. Which is, golly. See, I came up with these questions. I didn't think they're going to fall into place like they're falling. It's almost like I'm reading the script here, and so we were talking about get the information out there, get everything done, which goes to this right there. How do you decide what news to believe, what to question, and what to dismiss? Something came to my head. The former administration, they came out with alternative facts. Those are alternative facts. And somebody said, those are blatant lies. But they put a spin on it and called it alternative facts and make it sound like it's, oh, wow, it's blatant lies. So my opinion on this right here, the American people was fed garbage. They was fed, disagree with anything anybody else got to say. They were fed with, don't omit anything, and they're doing that right now. And the best one is this: they place in doubt in everything that this country and Constitution stand for. And I'm gonna blame the media, because it's the media's fault. They're the ones reporting the news, as Brian was saying. Okay, they get the raw, they get the news exactly how it is. We turned around with the news with the former administration. They could have shut him down the first time around when he lied, but they chose not to. And now what's going on is the lies still keep on going, and now you got people believing. If you tell a lie enough, somebody's gonna start believing it. And these people are now, they're believing what's going on out there. And this guy said, I could shoot somebody in New York City and won't might do anything to him. He is so right, because he manipulated them so much and so bad that they could talk bad about one thing and turn around and suck up to them the next thing. I know this is going political. There's another question that's going to go into that. But if we turn around and start believing without looking at the facts. Who said that? Dragnet. Just the facts, just the facts. We are so far away from the facts nowadays, it's a crying shame. The facts are put to the side. The alternative facts took over where the facts are at.
I think an individual has to do their research. I truly believe that if you do not do the research for yourself, you're not going to know. If you don't educate yourself on what someone is telling you, you're not going to know.
It's just
so taking that time out to do the research for yourself, it's just like you study the word. Well, I'm not going to say it.
Yes. Go and speak it.
You got to study it, right, for yourself.
Yes.
Somebody can tell you this is what said the word, but until you look in black and white for yourself, you're not going to know if thus said the word. You need to do the research.
Yeah.
You don't take anybody, to me, my opinion, you don't take everybody's word as law.
Yes.
Fact check.
Let's be honest, though. The lie is entertaining. The truth is boring.
Yeah.
The lie is more entertaining. Like, you got to look at it for that. People like to be entertained. That's just what it is. And so it's easier, even when you're telling a story. If you exaggerate that story a little bit, the story is so much better. That's why it's like, you know what? I can't tell this story. You tell it so much better. No, you're just a better liar than me. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, and then with social media, a lie can go all around the world within seconds before anybody hears the truth.
The truth.
Yeah.
You know, and that's just how it goes, and that's just a part of nature. So for me, one thing I try to install in my sons is, you know, if it could be proven by facts and evidence, it doesn't matter if you believe it or not. If it's true, it's just truth.
Yeah.
You can't
Yes.
change truth. Truth lives throughout eternity. And I stand on that. And I would never debate truth. If I present it, your responsibility is to either receive it or reject it, but it's not on me anymore. I'm free.
Yeah.
That's why it's like
Yeah.
this right here is opinions, which makes it really cool to hear different perspectives, which, you know, it's good. It enhances our learning, but at the end of the day, facts are what we stand on. Facts
Yeah.
are what we base our life on. You
Yeah.
know, if it's not factual and it's opinion, everybody has an opinion, but okay, you know, everybody also breathes too. It's a big deal. Big deal.
The truth needs no explanation. And like I was taught even in my faith, you know, the pastor can tell you something. You can read about, they can give you a verse in Bible study, but until you go in and find that truth for yourself, and then when you think you found the truth, then you find the truth in that truth. You know, you have to study. You have to research. You have to look for the truth. You can't just believe what people are telling you. You know, just like what's going on overseas right now. You know, we have to be able to look at other news outlets, and thank God for the internet in this case. You know, thank God for us being able to go out and search those other news outlets to find the truth, because that needs no explanation. The way that our news runs, it's like the latest reality show.
Yeah.
And that's how
Yeah.
other countries view it. I mean, it's like it's a joke. Our news is only designed, one, for fear, and two, like you said, for entertainment.
And put them
And
both
it might be a
together.
sprinkling of news in there somewhere, of truth in there somewhere.
They put that at the last 5 minutes.
right.
Not even the 5 minutes in most cases.
Right at commercial.
They cut the last one off with a commercial.
And then when they come back and they got 1 minute for the show's over, they say, and then that's it.
That's
You
it.
waited the whole 30 minutes to see that little
A little blurb right
They
there.
said like real fast at the end, like the commercials.
like an
Like the
infomercial.
infomercial.
Yes, yes. Which brings to this one right. Well, we're on a roll today because this leads up to the next question. Why is it important for people with different political beliefs to talk to each other? I think that right there, the last part, talk to each other, that is what we're missing nowadays. We
Yeah.
are so split apart. I'm not going to say who fault it is, but we know who fault it is. We used to be able to sit down, agree to disagree.
Yeah.
You know, and,
Yes.
and we will have the same common goal that we want for everybody.
Yeah.
Now, Congress is voting whatever Republicans vote, everybody vote that way, don't vote this way. There's no more interacting and talking anymore. And we're not going to get nothing resolved until we start going across the aisle like we used to and talk to each other. And then people out in the streets, matter of fact, I was bowling. And this one guy came up to me and talked to me. I don't know, he just came up and said out the wild blue, "Hey, Ron, do you truly believe that Trump took all those documents down there? Do you truly believe that? Is it the truth or is somebody making it up?" I said, "Well, why are you coming at me like that?" "Well, I just want to know because I figure that you're black and you're a Democrat." And I turn around, well, I could say the same for you. You're white and you're Republican, but I can't say that. I say, why is that? Because I think you're stupid. For asking me that question like that. You want to know the facts? The facts is this. Did he get caught with those documents there? Yes or no? Well, were they really there? I say, see, you in that defiant state where you want to throw doubt. There's no doubt out there. It was there. What he did on January 6th, it was there. Nobody did that but himself. So when you come telling me, because I'm black, I must be a Democrat, I say, let me educate you, son, because I think you don't know what's going on. When it's the open election, when you could vote either party, either way, I said, I vote for the right person. If he's Republican, if I think he's the right person, I'm gonna vote for him. If he's independent, I'm gonna vote for him. If he's a Democrat, I'm gonna vote for him. I do not go in there with my blinders on and just hit all party like that. You have to educate yourself on who you're voting for. Educate other people next to you. Don't make their mind up for just tell, well, he's doing this, she's doing it, she's doing that. That's the reason why I'm voting for him, because I think it's a good fit of what we need right now.
Research.
And
Yes.
that's vet them as much as you can and find out. Matter of fact, Miss Queen said it earlier. I love the internet. You go back and find some stuff them knuckleheads did years ago thought was hidden. It's one thing about the internet. Once you put it out there, you
out
can't take it
there.
back.
Yes.
It's out there. And a lot of these people are getting caught on things they said. I didn't say that. Boom.
It's
Remember
right
this
here.
right here? There it is. So back to my opinion. I think we need to talk to each other. Whether you're black, white, Republican, Democrat, Asian, Hispanic, don't make a difference. We all got our different belief of what we believe in, but we all stressing for one common goal. And as soon as we start talking across the lines again and reaching that goal, we're not going anywhere.
Yeah.
I think when it comes to politics, we make it too difficult. Because I was born in the 70s, I always bring that up. I remember being a politician was something to strive for.
Yeah.
They had great reputations, integrity, things of that nature. But now they got so many skeletons. For me, I just make it very simple. I don't really care about the parties. What I do is I look at who directly affects me the best.
Yeah.
And that's who I support. Like, I look at, are my taxes down? Am I making more money? I'm selfish when it comes to voting. Because they're all liars. All they care about is votes and money. They don't care about us. So why would I care about them? I'm just looking at how can I support my family and live a peaceful life, and who's going to help me get there. And other than that, I don't even know their names. I just research them. I find out,
Look at the
okay,
facts.
what do they believe in? Okay, that's what I want. I'll support them, because you can't listen to them.
Yeah.
You know why you can't listen to them?
Can't.
I'm gonna give you a good reason why. Because they got these freaking talking points.
Votes and money.
They got these talking points. You get up and ask them a question. It's just like a telemarketer calling you.
Yeah,
If you ask them outside what they're supposed to say, they tell you, hold on a minute.
Yeah.
And then they come back and repeat the same thing over again.
Or what they do is they never answer a question. They answer something else that has nothing to do with. Because I sit with my wife and I'd be like, he didn't answer the question. That wasn't even what we asked. He actually changed the whole topic. Mm-hmm. That has nothing to do with what we wanted to know. It's like, how you feel about abortion? Well, I think that, we need to look at rights and what's important. Like, hold on, bro, we didn't even ask that.
And when Hillary did this,
Right. Like, well, are you talking about rights and then racial discrimination? Like, hold on.
no, we were talking about this.
Yes. Like,
Yeah, that's
but
what they do.
It's easy to bring up a more enhancing topic to distract people who are trying to really hear it, and they don't even see it. But I'm like, this dude never answered the question. So for me, when it comes to politics, man, I just really vote for who directly affects me the best.
Well, I'm gonna let you know. What's his face got voted out of Congress today.
Who's that?
What's his
He
guy's
said, what's
name?
his face?
I said, what's his
Actually,
face?
that's what his name is to me.
Yeah, I can't remember his name, but he said, if you mess with me, I'm gonna mess with you. You dude, you have no clout. You lied to get all the way in there. He said, I can't think of his name. He said, my mother was Jewish. He says things like, well, I didn't say that. I said ish. I didn't say that she was or not. I said ish. See, politicians, they play on those words too. It's a word game for them. And
Crazy.
I get, yeah.
So, your question of whether or not people should talk about it and have differing opinions, I think so. I think that it's healthy. I think it will help you to open up your mind, you'll get an idea of where other people are coming from, and it may have you may be exposed to something that you didn't even know about this other party or the person or what have you. So I think it can be a good thing. If it is too, I would say, not necessarily mature, but two people who know how to communicate.
I think that
That's
is
key.
mature.
That's key.
That comes with maturity.
Yeah.
You know, and maturity can be at any point, right? But if they don't know how to communicate,
Yes.
if a person can't communicate, there's no point in sitting down and talking about, because the opinions are going to clash
Yes.
at the end of the day.
And it'll be more of a heated debate rather than a conversation.
Heated debate. Is that a nice way of saying argument?
I was always told in order to be a great communicator, you have to be a great listener.
Yes.
Because if you can't listen to what somebody's saying and you over talk them, bullying in a way, saying this, but you're not listening to what they're saying. Years ago when I worked at Sam's Club, I was a manager there, and this irate customer came in. I mean, she was cussing, she was doing all that. So who they come get? Me. So they threw me right in the fire. I went up there, I let her vent, I let her say what she had to say. In between me listening to her, I was seeing what the problem was. So after all that said and done, I said, ma'am, I understand your situation. So this is what's going on with it. Is that right? Yes. And you want to do this. Is that right? Yes. You have your receipt. Yes, I do. I said, well, come with me. Let's go ahead and resolve this issue right now. I listened to what she had to say, and I was seeing what she was frustrated about because nobody was listening to her. And so my mom told me that many years ago, in order to be a great communicator, you have to be a great listener.
Absolutely. I completely agree, because at the same time, you're showing value in that conversation with that person.
There you go. Yep.
Because they feel, at the end of the day, they feel, I've been heard. Now let's talk about it.
They feel like their opinion matters.
Yes. Yes.
Touche on that one.
Yes. Now you will come across some people who are passionate
Yes.
about what they're trying to get, out there, and I'm one of those ones. My husband get on me all the time.
I think she's confusing the word passion with hyper emotional.
So what you're really trying to say?
I didn't say it. I just was trying to be a politician and use those words.
Right. But I think it's like you said, Ron, at the end of the day, and like we've said on multiple occasions, communication.
Yes.
Communication is the key to a lot of things that we've been missing out on.
Yeah.
If we can effectively communicate with each other, we can change the direction of a lot of things.
Yeah.
But that communication is not there. Not saying everyone is like that, but that's the biggest thing that's missing, is the communication piece.
I do know what I do, and I think everybody on this panel know, except for probably Brian the first time meeting him, that whoever I have on the show, it's almost 2 or 3 days later, I'm calling. Hey, how's everything going? Anything I can do for you? Anything else going on? I may call somebody out to Wild Blue, so how's your day going?
Yeah.
And they would say, Ron, I needed this phone call today. Because I just communicate with them. And whoever I bring on the show is an everlasting relationship, friendship I develop right there. And I want them to be able to come and talk to me with whatever's going on. And they do call me and say, Ron, you got a minute? For you, I got all the time you need.
I'm going to say something on that, Ron. I'm going to tell you, what he said is so powerful to me, because when you're communicating with each other, for example, we met each other, I can't remember through who, Christina introduced WSAN to me.
Yeah.
So we became friends, right? So he calls one day, like he does, out of the blue. Hey, how you doing?
How's your day going?
How your day going? And I said, wait a minute, hold on. How your day going? I hear something in your voice. Because we communicate with each other, right? We can tell that there's something going on with my friend on that other side of that phone because we
Yes.
communicate with each other.
Yes, yes.
You know, so just having those moments, or like when I called you yesterday,
Yeah.
I got a problem.
Yep.
Because I knew at the end of the day, I'm calling all of my contacts, and I said, oh, wait a minute. I know exactly who I need to call. And what do you say? I got you. You know, so that communication or that's facing you.
Yes.
Well, I'm always fussing that Lion Queen on something. I mean, it's a good fuss, though. I said, you didn't send me that flyer yet? What's up with that, girl? Come on now.
Yes,
But I
yes.
call up Lion. I call her and say, how you doing? Everything okay? Anything I can do for you? By the way, I got karaoke coming up. You gonna come by?
You gonna come by?
You know, but I do that with everybody that I know. If I haven't talked to you in about a week or 10 days, sometimes they'll call me, see if I'm okay.
Yeah.
You know, and doing this show has really opened up my eyes for communication out there, because that's all everybody want to know is something. And the key word, I learned this a long time ago. If you explain something to somebody, all they want to know are the whys. That's it. You tell them the whys, and they're good.
Yeah.
But politics, we can't tell the whys whatsoever because they don't care.
Yeah.
Why are you doing this? Well, actually, that bill was passed yesterday. No, it wasn't. It even came on the floor yet. What you talking about?
That's a reality show, I'm telling you. I mean, it's like watching a reality show.
All right.
This has been great.
I know, I'm so excited.
We got one more last question that we should have asked after the first question. So we're going around. Where should we draw the line between community health and safety and individual liberty and privacy? Ooh. I'm gonna jump in and say this. What in the heck did Apple do with that update? I'm going with privacy right there. I got 2 iPhones. When those two get together, I feel like, excuse me everybody, like they're mating. Because they're talking to each other. You want to share it? No, I don't want to share nothing with you. So somebody put out that the kids are being harmed by that because people are stealing their information.
Yeah.
A cybersecurity person, I forget her name, Kim was the first name. She came on and said that is not true. What's happening by default, the new Microsoft, y'all too, Apple turned around and made it easier for you to share your contacts with people you want to share them with. But it just don't share by itself. You have to accept it. Now, they left that part out. They made it like everybody's selling your kids information. No, they got to accept it. But what you need to do is educate your child not to accept anything from anybody that's asking to get into your contacts and your pictures.
And you can go in your phone and turn it off.
That's right. You sure
Right,
can.
that sharing, you can turn that off, yeah.
Yeah, so that's the one that really got me when they did that, and it's just crazy. And then the update changed the whole phone deal. Your phone, everything changed. Then I get a picture of people I ain't never seen before. I said, where your picture come from? They go into your photo gallery, find your picture, and put it on there.
Well, I think that's just all about, you know, what you allow out there.
Yeah.
You know, at the end of the day,
Yeah.
individually, what are you allowing to go out there?
Yeah. And you didn't have to worry about that at first. You know, like I think that's similar to saying like your carbon footprint, right? Like you didn't have to worry about that kind of stuff at first. And I am horrible with that. So I'm always, you know, I'm always like, well, I don't even know if I want to send a certain message, or I don't know if I want to look at this, or because you just never know, right? But I think there's a very thin line between community health and safety. I think if there's a large scale event or traumatic or situation about to happen, yes, I think that's a time when, you know, I'm not going to consider my personal privacy, right? I want to know what's going on. I want the bells to ring, the sirens to turn. You know, I need to, you know, where's the nearest escape route, like all that information, right? If there's an outbreak, like we're not, I don't even want to go into the COVID situation, but if there's an outbreak, to give us the information where everybody understands what's going on. But when it comes to my personal, like, I feel like I don't have to tell you anything. I don't want. I think my personal stuff should, my privacy and my liberty. I think that's kind of all, kind of intertwined and connected. I don't think I should have to give out any of that information, unless I see it fitting for whatever the situation is.
That's
but
your
now
right.
everybody,
Yeah.
right? But now it's almost as if everybody has access to everything at any given time, because again, it's all electronic, and all it takes is somebody clever to say, "Oh, this is this, particular code to go in there and get."
Yeah.
So really, what is private? Is anything that we think is any of the things that we think are private, are they actually private to us?
Not anymore.
Not anymore. Because
Now, are we
everything is
supposed to
digital.
uphold electronic records are out there?
Yeah.
I
out
believe
there.
like this: the iPhone. If you have an Android, you're good. If you have an iPhone, it's the mark of the beast. You're all going to hell.
You know what's funny? Like, my family messes with me all the time because I still have an Android, right? And I'm like, I had to get out of the cult. I had to release myself. I can't do it. I
Had to get out of the cult.
Oh,
it's the mark of the
I love my
beast.
Android. I mean, granted, Apple, they have some really fancy and cool stuff that you can do, but I like having my freedom to be able to use and do whatever programs, apps, whatever I want to do, and not have to make it specific to what you tell me I can use. I
Well,
like usability.
I'm gonna shoot something y'all way.
Yes.
We got a few minutes left. Well, actually, but we're gonna take a few minutes. I can do that. I said on my morning show, it's one day I'm not gonna answer the phone. I'm not gonna get on social media. I'm gonna sit out under my gazebo out there with my cigar. I'm gonna sit back. I'm not gonna have no phone number. I'm gonna sit back and look at the birds chirp. I'm not gonna do nothing. And then somebody said, well, how long would that last? 5, 10 minutes? No, the whole day. I'm not doing it. I did it already one time this year. Because everybody was calling me, man, we were worried. I said, man, I took the day off. And I think we all need to do that. Take a day off of social media.
Yeah.
And just take a day off and just leave it alone. Because that time when Facebook went down a few years ago, I believe people was committing suicide because they couldn't tell everybody how their day was going. I could care less if you brush your hair 24 times on one side.
Yeah.
Some people are so addictive to it that they have to let everybody know how their day is going. And Lord, if you got 2,000 friends and you will post something, if you don't get 100 likes, they go crazy.
I have been off social media for probably about, I want to say maybe 3 weeks now, going on 3 weeks. And I'm telling you, it's just like, okay.
Yeah.
And just, reach, what's the word I'm looking for? Trying to reach out to my friends and them reach out to me outside of social media, is what, it's been great. Being able to pick up the phone and have those communications,
Yes.
moments or catch up outside of what's on social media, because I want to know how you're really doing. I don't want to know how you're doing on social media, because we know social media not real. That's not the real
That's
life.
just a facade.
That's not what's really going on, right?
Yeah, and for some, like those of us, I mean, I'm a 70s baby too, so for me, if I'm putting something on there, 9 times out of 10, that's what it is. But I do appreciate, so for myself, I cut off everything at a certain point in my day.
Yeah.
I don't get on.
Like,
I'm horrible with social media.
Yeah, when I leave from here, when I'm doing my show, when I leave from here, I walk in my house, I look at my office, I keep on going. I keep on going. 'Cause if I sit down in that chair, I'm gonna start doing some things. It could wait. I gotta tell myself it could wait.
Yeah, I'm at that point where I wanted to see several things. Can I grow my business without being on social media? Can I reach the population that I need to reach for what I do without being on social media. And it's working. I am
That's good.
able
Yeah.
to reach the population that I need to reach without social media. So for me, my opinion, I'm keeping things that I need to do within myself to get done. And if someone wants to come along the way to help me, they know my phone number. I put it all on social media. I want you to remember, I want to make it a household name. But now I'm going to step back and I'm going to do what I need to do without going on social media to see if this really works. And it's been
Going and getting, they're like, what about your algorithm going? And I'm like, what do you mean? Like, I'm searching for stuff and like, I didn't see when they, so I have to have a level of it, for what I do. I have to be on, at certain times and post so many times and do so many clicks or whatever. And that's just, I'm
See, I
not a
just
big
don't have
social
time.
media.
Oh,
Exactly.
Can't do it.
It is like a job.
And I'm
It's
not
like a
going to
job.
hire somebody to do it for me because I
that-
can't afford their prices nowadays.
Exactly. and you know what? It is so funny. In my mind, I was like, well, I can just find like a college student or find somebody that'll, no, they charge. That's a hot commodity because it is like a real job. I mean, you got to reply, you got to look, you got to search, you got to flip, and it's a lot that you have to do to keep up with it, and especially to grow a business on social media, and then all the platforms.
Yes.
yeah, and
There's so many platforms.
I agree with you because this radio station, oh God. I have to do flyers, I get this, I make sure this get out, that get out. I check back people coming back saying, you forgot to put this in the flyer. Now I got my wife sometime proofreading so I don't forget certain things and stuff. But like, I have a full-time job.
It's a full-time job,
But
yeah.
as of my wife, she tells me I don't have a job. I told her I'm going to work in the morning. You don't have a job. You got a radio station. That's not a job. And then I'm in the office doing flyers, and then my favorite friend wakes me up at 3 o'clock in the morning with some ideas. And my favorite friend is God. He is always messing with me at 3 o'clock in the morning, and I'll get up, go in the office. All of a sudden, I got that computer on, and I am working.
Yes.
With an hour and a half, I got everything done. I go back to bed about 4:30. Then I got to get up at 5.
Wow.
But that social media part of it, I have to use it a lot to promote and get things out. But what's going on right now, I got pockets of people in certain spots in the United States that's putting that out for me. I just picked
That's
up
good.
somebody in Colorado Springs now are doing things. I got pocket in Carolina, Chicago area, LA. They are putting things out for me. As soon as I put something out, they're sharing it without me even asking them.
Good deal.
You know, so social media, yeah, unfortunately I gotta use it, but
I had to take a break for my own sanity.
yeah.
Well, and that is good. Like there are certain days, like my Sundays, I try to keep for myself, but every day I shut it down at a certain time. I shut down all of it. And then in the evenings, even my phone, like that is my personal me time. I shut everything goes on do not disturb at a certain time.
So that means when I try to call you at 6:30, you didn't answer. You shut down.
I don't know what I was doing at that time.
All right. We're looking at 8 minutes after the hour, 57 degrees here on the first day of December on WSAN radio. We are here with our round table and kind of went over a little bit, but it's been. I picked this topic
good.
because your opinion matters, and I said, you know what? Because who I was talking to, I know I was talking to you, Lakeisha, or you, Queen. I forget who it was. I said, I don't have a topic yet, but I'll come up with something.
Said that to me too.
I come up with something.
I'll come up with something. And as I was doing something, it just dawned on me, my opinion. I said, yeah, your opinion matters, and I went with it.
And that's a good one. I mean, I think this was this was good.
Yeah. So.
Both of
We
them
need a
have been,
part two.
Yeah.
We need a part two.
Oh man, yeah. That
Oh,
was,
Because
yeah.
we need to talk about some other things. I
Oh,
want
yeah.
to talk
I
about
agree.
some other
I
things.
agree.
Well, when part 2 comes up, I'm gonna leave these questions alone and let everybody come up with their own.
Ooh.
Look. We got songbirds in here. They singing in harmony. I think I just came up with this, but I'm not shy with y'all inputting anything. Doesn't bother me a bit. If you want to put in something in here and say, Ron, I want to talk about it, you ain't got to tell me. Just talk about it. Just go for it.
How about that?
Just go for it. Just like you said, open mic.
There we go.
We call it open mic on WSN Radio. But anyway, let's go around the horn and let everybody say their goodbyes. We're going to start over there with Lakeisha.
So again, I'm Lakeisha Howard with We Got You Corporation, 210-559-0701, where we got you. Whatever it is in life that you need assistance with, or if you just want somebody to be a beacon of help and hope, we got you. 210-559-0701.
All right, Mr. Bryant.
Yes, I'm Brian Howard, and I'm still here.
I like that. And I'm still here. All right, the Queen.
I am the Lion Queen. You can find my book, The Bare Bones of Me, on Amazon, and be on the lookout for some upcoming books that I have on the way. Also, you can find me on social media, on Instagram at TP Lion Queen _TP, and on Facebook at Lion Queen, and also on YouTube, Lion Queen Experience.
All right, and her book's good.
Thank you.
I have a copy.
Thank you. Thank you.
And I read over it once in a while. Sometimes my quotes come on there. If anybody look at my quotes in the morning, I always look for quotes put on every morning, and I put a quote on. I did a couple of hers already, but she didn't see it. She didn't see it.
Well, I will admit, even if I'm not watching, I'm listening. That's what I listen to at work.
Me too.
That music, yes.
Okay.
I love it.
We
yes.
have the app.
Yeah, I have the app. Yes.
Even my wife came up to me. She said, "I heard you talking. I'm glad you didn't mention exactly what I did, because it was something that she did, but I didn't use her name in it." She said, "I was expecting you to say my name." Oh, so you're an undercover WSN radio listener, huh? Well, I do appreciate that. We're trying to get things out. When I first started this station 7 years ago, something like that, it was called Lounge 59. Then I revamped it and changed it to WSN Radio. And when I got back on it again, I was so happy. I had 50 listeners. I said, yes, 50 listeners. I said, I'm on it. Well, I looked at the numbers. We're surpassing 30,000.
Awesome.
We're surpassing that right now on any given day. The highest number I seen one time on the show that I did was right at 35,000.
That's what I'm talking about.
Was just listening, and it's just little old me just talking noise. I'm like James Brown, talking loud, ain't saying nothing. But it's the morning show that I do every morning from 7 a.m. to 10 a.m. I just get on there and talk about whatever. I mean, some people say you never know what's gonna come out of his mouth. And that's true. That is true.
But isn't it a blessing that you had a platform to do it?
Yeah. And got new people on with the platform to do things on.
Yes.
Brian, I appreciate you stepping up to the plate.
No problem.
We appreciate your input, everything you're saying. Very knowledgeable, and that's what we like hearing. I mean, you said it, brother. That's all I can say. You said what was going on, and that's what we need people to say it from our. Matter of fact, let's see if that quote is still on here. Sharon joined us. Hey, Sharon. Let me see. You guys keep it up, loving it, speaking from the heart, 100%. So these are people on here is just, I don't know. Let me see if I got anything on this one right here. On YouTube, just tuned into your channel. I missed the first part. I love the second part. So where can I find the first part? It's on there right now. It's on there right now. What I had to do, I had to turn around and stop it. So I got dinged from YouTube because I forgot to stop it. It was playing music. They didn't like that. So they grounded me for a week. And that's not the first time they did that to me, but that's going to be the last time. I'm not going to do it again. I tell you. But anyway, you could catch us on Facebook, Twitch, and YouTube. We're doing things Monday through Friday from 7 a.m. to 10 a.m. Then on the weekends, we got, Saturday is going to be a treat. We got the blues from 6 to 9, Motown from 9 to midnight, jazz from, as I said, 9 to midnight, 9 to noon. And then we got jazz from noon to 3, and we bring in 2 new shows on. Southern Soul is going to start January 6th from 3 to 6 p.m. And then everybody's favorite, disco.
Nice.
From 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. So that's what we're doing. We're shaking things up and trying to offer music for everybody to hear.
Yes.
So those are some things that we're doing. And we kind of sort of rebranding when January come around to get things out to a lot more people. So that's one thing we're doing. This round table is going to keep on going. We may change it to twice a month because there's been an outpour saying we like what y'all doing. Keep on doing it. And one show I want to mention is Joseph Lee. It's the Impact Hour. He does mental health. We did part 1 and part 2 on church hurt. Part 3 is coming up this Wednesday on church hurt. When we first did church hurt, we had problems with Facebook and YouTube. All of a sudden, they didn't like what we were saying. And that's when I got grounded the first time around. So we did part 2, they left me alone. Because I sort of sent them an email stating that I have a license for everything that's on here. So, you know. But anyway, so tune in Wednesday for Church Hurt Part 3 here on WSAN Radio. All right. That's a wrap, everybody. We're out of here. We appreciate everybody who watched the show today. Stay tuned. Our next show will be in January. It's the first Friday in January, which I don't know what day that is. But we will find out. We'll get it out to you. So maybe we'll do part 2 of the opinion. I think it's not going to be a maybe. We're going to do it. We're going to do part 2. So that means I'm leaving it up to everybody else to bring their own opinion question in here.
Awesome.
And I don't care what it is. I could speak on whatever. Because one thing my mom from Chicago, she taught us to know all cultures.
That's right.
To know a little about everything. So you can have a conversation with anybody about anything.
Regardless of who they are.
Exactly.
Yes.
And she said, that's where you need to start with. Because if you go to some black tie affair, you see all the stiffs over there talking, you can have a conversation with them. They wouldn't even know who you are.
Exactly.
And
Or
then,
where you from.
that's right.
Yes.
Or you can go down the street in your neighborhood and have a conversation with people. You know, it doesn't make a difference. You should be able to talk to anybody and don't be afraid what to talk about. Because a lot of people will make fun of you because you're not educated. I'm not educated the way you are.
Right.
But I do know more than you do.
Come on now.
That's right.
So, all right, we're going to leave it at that before we end up being out here at 11 o'clock. All right, this is DJ Ron G. Peace and chicken grease. We'll catch everybody tomorrow at Ball Hogs. We got karaoke going on. And my girl going to come there and sing tomorrow, Miss Lion Queen. I just threw out there, didn't I? So, but y'all take care. We appreciate everybody tuning in today. And peace and chicken grease. This is DJ Ron G. And I'm out.